Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Friday Shangri-La edition of Rasaji Speaks. I hope you've had a great week. We are enjoying ourselves up here in beautiful Philadelphia, right down the street from the Liberty Bell, getting ready to have our morning free Tai Qigong class. So stop by. I think it's going to be at 10 o'clock. You can always contact Sister Lynette if you need more information. Today, we're going to talk about harmony across borders. Remember, tomorrow is the celebration for World Peace Day. So tomorrow is a celebration. And also remember, if you're not yet connected to live streaming tomorrow, it's going to be 6.5 hours of the most incredible footage and audio with Master David's music, Tai Chi Gong, Tai Chi form, unbelievable. The doctors panel tomorrow is going to be sensational. You don't want to miss that, right? So you can go to www.circleofchi.com, click on events, and look for live streaming and get your spot. I understand from Andy, there's a dozen or more spots left. So if your name's on it, go ahead and get started with that. We'd love to have you there. You're going to want to hear the latest on the website. You're going to want to hear the latest on where we're going. It gets better every day. Harmony across the borders, right? You know, there's a lot of issues going on about borders now when you think about it, right? It's hard to believe that the same country, China, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, actually millenniums ago, created the art and the science of the feng shui mindset, the art of placement, the art of shaping, the art of bringing forth, really honoring the laws in creation. We make sure that all of our advanced students basically know these basic principles, because when it comes to the law of attraction, how do you get something to manifest? Hundreds of years later, after that, they're building the Great Wall of China. Unfortunately, at the Great Wall of China, there are people buried in that wall. Did you know that? Hundreds of people, as a matter of fact. But what was more ridiculous, there was no opening for energy to flow in and out. The mindset of the time was that China was so involved and the rest of the world was kind of pagan. We're going to keep that stench and that lower consciousness out. So, in order to do that, we're going to create this fortress wall around our country. Well, number one, when they did that, what were they vibrating? They were vibrating the fear of invasion, which does what? Brought constant wars to the wall. Now, the wall did help them, like a fort to a certain extent. But over a period of time, the consciousness of China fell and fell into the root of communism. We're not careful. Same thing can happen in America. When President Trump and his administration put up the wall, they put between 6 to 8 inches opening in the wall, slanted it slightly so that the chi, he was consulted by feng shui advisors, so the chi could keep flowing through the wall. A lot of people don't know that. Absolutely. A lot of people don't know that that's true. But Lamasery has a lot of great insight, and we're connected in ways that people can't even fathom how we're doing. So when you look at around the world, There's well over 180 different countries. Do you know over 120 of them have design borders? Literally, they have design borders. So these guys here crossed a border for right here over 2,000 years ago, right? One came from North Africa, the other one came from the Middle East, and the other one came from the Far East in India. And they were commissioned by who? The Lamasery. That's right, the Lamasery. They were what was referred to as the Magi. And they were emissaries from 3 different countries. But they were emissaries of what this stood for. What would happen with the birth of this individual would go across borders. And that leads me right now to what we're doing. I'm happy to tell you today that we are putting in place things with wellness centers, ranches, retreats, and yes, a lamasery on North American soil that will send a signal like this as a beacon of light to the whole planet. We are creating energy and light centers called wellness centers all over the globe. We'll be putting them everywhere. We'll start this next year in 25 by bringing 3 to 5 of them into place. And then lo and behold, our goal is 5 to 10 a year for the next until we reach the portal of Shiva, which is 2055. 5 and 5, that Melchizedek number, right? 5 and 5. 2005 is the portal of Shiva. Lamaji was supposed to be actually 99, right? When it started, right? When it started, I was 66. 66 and 99. When I got the message of who I really was and what I came to do, I was meditating in the very cave where the Simple Father materialized the body in 1970. The next thing I knew, I was standing on Mount Kailash, and Abba or Indra was speaking to me. This is what we brought you here to do. So at 33, when Jesus is on the cross, his younger brother is getting is not only getting it, he's finalizing what happened. So in 24, I was spoken to about that. And my second visit to India took me back to Mount Kailash. We're not now, after 9 more years of sadhana, 9 more years of mirror meditation, that number 9 again. Instead of being on the cross, I was being prepared for another 33 years. Now I'm 33 years conscious of who I am and what I've come to do. And along that time, Master David shows up a couple of years before that. And then lo and behold, we lay a foundation now that in 11/11/22, when Lamaji was 66, in honor of the 33 years of Master Rabbi Jesus's life, is 33 years to take the second coming of the Christ to a whole new level. As I said recently, people are waiting on Jesus, not knowing Jesus is waiting on him. Jesus arrived so huge and so incredibly on the portal of Shiva. Coming up 2 years ago, he's been getting brighter and stronger. Him with the Madonna, him with Archangel Michael, they're here. These gentlemen knew that. 2 adepts and 1 master of Tai Chi Gong. 2 adepts on their way to mastership and 1 master on their way to lamaship. They would protect the baby Jesus, lay the foundations of his teachings. He will change what will happen in the world for the next 2,000 years. He will impact over 100,000 people in the first decade because of what the apostles do afterwards. And if you thought that is big, well, we're being positioned to have impact on millions of people. That is being brought together as Lamaji speaks, millions of people. So you people that are teachers and students, you better get your numbers bigger. You better have a bigger vision because we're going to have millions of people learning Siddhanas, millions of people, and it will harmonize way beyond any borders. No borders will be able to contain the glory of God. Baraka Bashai, may the blessings be to you and your glorious people. Remember here, there's no training today. So tune in to what's happening this weekend or check out the new site that we're looking into. Golly, we have over a year of recordings with Lamaji and Master David. We have over 4 to 5 months recordings of Master David's music classes, a year of his live classes. There are so much. PFL, if you want to know spiritually how to deal with money, whether you're investing or making money, there's over a year's worth of those broadcasts, which means that exceeds 50. You can do all of that this weekend and take the time to browse the site. And we'll be back with you next week for live training or Shangri-La on Friday. Right? God bless you. See you soon. Take care.